Hi, so yesterday I committed to University of Michigan at Ann Arbor, and I am just so happy, like I've been beaming ever since. Alright, with that said and done, let's jump into today's video because it has been a very long weekend and I am very excited to talk about today's topic. Today, I'm going to be talking about the dumbest things I was afraid of when I was a kid. Now, a long time ago, some of you might remember this, there used to be a restaurant at the Burlington Mall called the Rainforest Cafe. And it's no longer there, and I'm not sure why, but it was like an iconic part of the Burlington Mall. Now, it wasn't exactly my number one most favorite restaurant. I actually hated that restaurant for, I think, two reasons. First of all, the food was trash, and second, and oh my god, this is just seared into my memory, in front of the restaurant was one of those pools where, like people throw money because superstition and stuff. But in this pool was a giant mechanical crocodile, and this thing just freaked me out. When I was very, very small, I would run by this mechanical crocodile, and all of a sudden it would just like open its mouth like, "Blah," and I would just start sobbing. I hated that stupid crocodile. I remember very clearly one time this mechanical crocodile just did its thing, and I was so terrified that I ran into the Verizon store across the hall and started crying to the person at the desk. Next, I used to be afraid of thunderstorms, and it wasn't because of the lightning, it wasn't because of the thunder, it was because of tornadoes. And it wasn't because of the normal reasons why normal people are afraid of tornadoes either. I wasn't afraid of our house just getting destroyed. No. I actually thought that if our house got sucked up by a tornado, we would get teleported to another dimension, like in The Wizard of Oz. What was I thinking? And I didn't think that we would get teleported to a dimension like Oz, which was pleasant in ways. No, I thought we would get teleported to literal nightmare dimension where they would be like, "Welcome to the land of mechanical crocodile. I live in Massachusetts. There are no tornadoes." It must have been like so questionable for my mom to see her 5-year-old son walking up to her and all of a sudden asking, "Excuse me, mommy? Where is our tornado shelter?" It was a while before I realized that I had a greater chance of falling into my toilet than I did of getting sucked up by a tornado. Next, back when I was, smart and stuff, I would read informational nonfiction books. And in one of these books, they talked about the most dangerous animals on the planet. And most of these were, the normal animals you would find in one of these books. There were like lions, there were bears, poisonous spiders. But those were fine with me. I didn't mind those. No. I was terrified of the box jellyfish. After reading this book, I was just so afraid of going into any sort of water for the next 5 months because I thought there would be a box jellyfish in there that would poke me and kill me. It was even at like the YMCA swimming pool that I was so terrified of going into because I thought that somehow the minute I jumped in it would suddenly become infested with box jellyfish. Eventually I came to my senses and saw jellyfish for what they really were, which are basically just Ziploc bags floating around the ocean that also have no brain or any internal organs. I also realized, finally, that box jellyfish only live in Australia, where all the other deadly animals in the world live, and that was nowhere close to where I was. Okay, next, and this is a little more recently. I went on a trip with my family to Yellowstone National Park, which was so beautiful. It's one of my favorite trips. But then I found out it was a supervolcano. I remember just watching the informational video at the visitor center, and it was talking about bison or something, and all of a sudden it casually mentioned, "Oh yeah, did you know that Yellowstone National Park is a volcano? Like the whole park is a volcano?" Now of course my brain starts thinking, why the heck are we here? And for the rest of that week, in the back of my mind, I was just kind of coming up with escape routes. For some reason, I thought that this supervolcano, which has been dormant for 660,000 years, would all of a sudden just erupt while in that 1 week I was there. It didn't even register anywhere in my brain that back at home, the volcano would still kill me if it erupted. If that volcano erupts, it's going to cover all of North America instantly in ash. And it would also, block out the sky for the rest of the world and probably cause a lot of climate change. But also the chances of it erupting within my lifetime or any of our lifetimes is like 0.00000000001%. Because there are hundreds of thousands of years between each eruption. Anyway, those were some of the stupidest things I was afraid of as a kid. And in thinking about these things, I began thinking about fear today. And there's just so much fear going around with all this coronavirus happening. And while it's good to some extent, because fear sometimes will keep people inside, which is what's best for everyone, sometimes fear will go over the top and people will make a much bigger deal about it than it needs to be made. For instance, people will start hoarding everything at the grocery store, or they would start, posting a ton of just fear-inducing articles on social media. And those type of things, they just produce more fear. I see some people posting like really good articles about like progressions that's been made and all like some of the good things that's been happening around now. And I really appreciate those people who post those articles, because we have enough fear. Just as important as fear is for slowing people down and holding them back from doing dumb things, hope is just as important for keeping us going forward. If we have no hope, we're just going to stay in place, like frozen in fear over this coronavirus, and we won't make any progress. Human morale is just at an all-time low. Well, not all-time, but it's at a low point right now, and I think that's by spreading more fear is not going to help that. The way that we increase morale and keep people hopeful for the future is to spread hope. I encourage you guys to maybe share some more articles about, people who happen to survive the coronavirus despite the risks being against them, or all the benefits that this world is getting from us staying inside. Like the climate change is just so much better. And I don't know. I think that by sharing more articles that inspire hope and less articles that inspire fear, I think that we will be able to get through this a lot easier. Anyway, I've been meaning to say something like that for a long time now. Yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you really enjoyed it. There will be another one tomorrow. I already have like this whole week planned out. I also received some great suggestions from people, and you may see those coming maybe later this week, maybe next week. Yeah, see you tomorrow, guys. Bye.